Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. There is an African adage that goes this way: the sound of the bite of bitter cola doesn't correspond to its taste. It's not a small thing that we are hearing. No. We heard that, Ole TikTok had cried uncontrollably as Ooni of Ife allegedly, as it is rumored, as it is reported, as it is not be me talk hamly, denied her access to the royal mansion where he was with Olori Naomi. Now, this is the information that we are gathering on social media. Now, they said that since Naomi performed that miracle on that woman that had that baby, there have been a lot of people who have been coming with, family members who are undergoing different kinds of challenges. That one of her services, there was no space for people to sit in church. And because she wasn't able to see even 1/3 of the people that were there, some people who already knew her house in Akure, they were just hanging around everywhere. So because of security reasons, the Ooni of Ife ordered her to go to take Tadenikawo to the royal mansion, sent a vehicle to pick her to the airport. They said there was no flight. They had to go to Ibadan. I don't know. Was it Ibadan? I don't know. I don't have that information. They had to fly to Lagos. So, as we are hearing what is going on right now, they say, well, in Lagos, you know that Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, from what we are hearing, they are building their bond, like it's getting stronger and stronger by the day. And you know that the Bible even says that except two people are one, they can never work together. Apart from the fact that they have different religious belief, the closest they can get is believing in each other and holding their hands firm to fight against the enemies. And that is exactly what they are doing now. Sometimes when a marriage breaks out and there are a lot of problems, we begin to cry and wail and all of that. We all know that when it comes to Olori Naomi and the Ooni of Ife's marriage, it's one of those marriages that people can never, like a lot of people will never recover from. Their separation hurts a lot of people so much. So right now, I think they have been able to learn from what they have been through, and they are working together right now. So immediately, Ooni, they said Naomi left for Lagos. Kabiyesi also left to meet with Naomi in the royal mansion. And you do know that Ole TikTok is actually there in Lagos since she gave birth to the child. She has not returned, like formally been welcomed back into the palace with her children. At least that is what I am hearing. I know that there are a lot of other reports. People are saying she's already in the palace. People are saying she has been in the palace. They are fighting in the palace and all of that. Well, this is not to debunk anybody's rumor because I do not know where they are getting their own information from, okay? But from my own end, the report that I am getting, okay, allegedly, as it is rumored, is that Toby has not entered the palace yet. She has come to the palace like 1 or 2 times to pick stuff, to do things, but Ooni was always upset because they said it's against their tradition. Now, they said she went to the royal mansion because she needed to speak to her husband or to see her husband or something. She needed them to talk, but to her greatest disappointment, they said the man denied her access completely. Now, we are all aware that the royal mansion is very secured. They have a very long driveway into the main house that is inside. They have 2 gates, as we are hearing, fully secured with, it's really secured from what we are hearing. They say from the first gate, they let her into the second gate because they were waiting for response from Queen Naomi or Ooni of Ife. And they did not get that response. And Kabiyesi was there, and Kabiyesi knew that she was waiting at the gate. And they said this did not go well with her, that she cried so much, like she cried uncontrollably in that gate, like she was not ashamed. She cried because she was so broken over the fact that Kabiyesi was there. Now, they said her pain is that if it had been only Queen Naomi, they will understand that, okay, they are mates, okay, rivalry and all of that. But not when her own husband was inside there. They let her outside the gate for so long when they know that she just had a baby and she is a little, what do I say, not that strong right now. They ought to have even allowed her in and all of that. But they said Kabiyesi did not agree, and she cried so much. Now, the question here is, if this information is the truth, okay? I have told you guys, I do not live with those people. Neither am I related to them or related to anyone who is related to them. These are all alleged, rumored, reported information, okay? I've said that to you time and time again. And to my lovely Daylight, I'll never stop telling you that whatever I get on social media, I want to take it with a pinch of salt, okay? And so now, if this information we are hearing is the truth, okay? Now, one will want to wonder, what are you going to the royal mansion to do, for crying out loud? You have your own mansion in Ikoyi where you're living, okay? This man purchased the same for you. And if he wanted to see you, apparently would have gone to your own mansion to meet with you. This is the difference between this polygamy, their own and others, because I see that some other ones, they keep their wives in different places and the men go to see them. But while I do understand that this is royalty, like the man is a king, he cannot go to so many places to see his wives. But then again, I think that if he says that you should not come close to Olori Naomi, he does not want to see any of you close to Olori Naomi or Tadenika, where everybody should stay on their own. You know that there's this thing with pepper. They say pepper. Pepper, this pepper we are eating every day, they say pepper has its own adage. It says everybody should sit on their own seat so there will be no problem. If you have your own space, why don't you enjoy your space and protect your space as much as Nami is trying to protect her own space and stay within your space? It's not too much to ask under the circumstances. And they said she cried, and she said the reason why she's going through all of this is Queen Naomi. And that is the mindset of other Oloris, and that is why things are the way they are. You can't continue to blame Naomi for everything. Naomi was the one who was there. People just came from nowhere and scattered everything for her. If there's anybody who should be blaming others, it should be Naomi and not the other way around. So when people just sit back, everything is Naomi, I begin to wonder, are you guys living in denial? Like you don't understand what is going on, to know that you guys are the one who left your own zone to go and put asunder in this woman's zone. If there's anybody who should be complaining, and this one, it's a no-brainer for me. Why would you leave where you are to go to the royal mansion because you heard that your husband was there? Is that your space? Does your husband even permit you guys there? They said the man has said it time and time again, everybody should leave Queen Naomi alone. If Naomi is not comfortable with talking to you, leave her alone. They said, Kabiyesi said, Naomi is not him. Naomi is not the one making decisions for him. Every time something happens, they run to Queen Naomi. Every time something happens, they run to Queen Naomi. I think it is high time they get to understand that Queen Naomi is not the one making decisions for Kabiyesi. And they said this woman cried at the gate uncontrollably, and she left and she entered her vehicle and her driver drove her off. And I said, why don't you avoid this kind of embarrassment? Because before you went to the royal mansion, I'm sure you knew what could happen to you in the royal mansion. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.